Hello students, welcome back to the 7th video. In this video we are going to talk about the who ruled Delhi after Khaljis and Tughlaqs. After Khaljis and Tughlaqs came Sayyida dynasty, that is Khizr Khan 1414 to 1421. He ruled over. Then you have Lodi dynasty which took over the Sayyida dynasty. We have Pahlol Lodi in 1451 to 1489. Then we have Ibrahim Lodi 1517 to 1526. Later on he got defeated by Babur in 1526. That's how the end of the Delhi Sultanate took place. Mughal dynasty, okay, the first ruler of Mughal dynasty was Babur 1526 to 1530. He ruled for 4 years. Then his son Humayun took over from 1530 to 1540. Then Sher Shah Suri had taken over. He is an Afghani. He had taken over the empire 1540 to 1545. He had found the Sur Empire. Later on, Humayun claims or re-gets the property of his father in that is Babur's property, 1555 to 1556. Then his son, Humayun's son, takes over Akbar, and then you have Jahangir, then Shah Jahan, and then finally Aurangzeb. These are some interesting facts. This is a masjid, as you can see. Okay, beautiful masjid which you can see. It's an Arabic word. Meaning of congregational mosque. Masjid is an Arabic word for mosque and it's a place of worship for Muslims. As you can see, Muslims go to mosque, that is termed as masjid in Arabic. In a congregational mosque, that is Masjid-e-Jami or Jama Masjid, as the name suggests, Muslims read their prayers, namaz, in group. It is led by the most learned men called the Imam. Okay, Imam is the person who reads the prayer for the namaz and he delivers the sermon during the Friday prayers. Okay, Friday when they meet, Imam is the learned person who prays and delivers the sermon. Muslims stand facing to the Mecca during the prayer. When they bow down for the namaz, they bow down to the direction of Mecca, that is the giving importance to the Lord, that is Allah. In India, it is to be the west and this is called Qibla. Okay, the west direction where they bend down, that is termed as Qibla. There are several mosques which were built by Delhi Sultans in cities all over the subcontinent. Some important mosques: Qutwa al-Islam Mosque and Minaret. It was built by Qutbuddin Aibak and his son-in-law Iltutmish. Okay. Then you have enlarged by Iltutmish and Alauddin Khalji. So, different dynasties which came in, they brought in changes, they brought in new mosque which they built in. Begumpuri Mosque, which was built in the region of Muhammad Tughlaq, okay, when he was ruling, Muhammad Tughlaq was ruling that time, Begumpuri Mosque was built. The main mosque of Janpana, the sanctuary of the world. Janpana, this mosque is it is very famous in the world, sanctuary of the world. Then you have Maut Ki Masjid, which was built by Sikandar Lodi and his ministers. Then you have Mosque of Jamali Kamali, okay, Mosque of Jamali Kamali, which was built in the late 1520s. So these are the important mosques which you need to remember in this chapter. Qutwa al-Islam Mosque. Then you have Begumpuri Mosque, Maut Ki Masjid and Mosque of Jamali Kamali. Account of travelers. Ibn Battuta, okay, the 14th century traveler Ibn Battuta from Morocco, that is Africa, he had explained the chieftains sometimes fortified themselves in mountains. They used to hide themselves in mountains, rocky and uneven places, as well as in bamboo groves. Okay, the people, okay, the chieftains who used to be there, they used to safeguard themselves where? In the mountains, rocky and uneven places. Second, the bamboo in India are big and so intertwined. Okay, I'll be showing you, and that even fire cannot affect them. The chieftains lived inside these and had their cattle and crops also inside these. So that's how in bamboo, okay, hardly the fire gets in, and then people who are there, chieftains, they could live easily, cattle could be reared, crop production could be done. So that was far more safer to be safe from the enemy. Third point, water was also available for them in form of collected rainwater. Whatever the rainwater storage was there, that was easily available in the bamboo grooves. Hence, it was very tough to subdue them except by strong armies who cut these bamboos on entering these forests. Except the enemy members who come in, okay, if they cut the bamboos, then only they can enter in, otherwise no. So this was written by Ibn Battuta. He is a Morocco traveler from Africa who visited India and written about the reign of the sultans. This is the bamboo grove. Okay, you can see the intertwining of both the sides of bamboo trees. So inside you get the rainwater, which is the source of water which is available. Fire cannot be lit, plus cattle could be reared and people could stay in. Okay, crop production could be done. So now coming to the last topic, that is the important terms. What is birthright? These are the privileges which are claimed purely on account of birth. For example, it was believed that nobles inherited the right to govern just because they were born in certain families. If you are born in certain families, then you can get the throne of the people. Okay, you can inherit from the father's property or the relative's property, the properties in your name. Second is the term hinterland. It is the land adjacent to a city or port that supplies it with goods and services. And last, garrison town, a fortified town, as you can see in this picture, fortified settlement with soldiers. Okay, a boundary wall which has been made so that the soldiers are kept in safe and all your food products and articles are in safe. Okay, so here we end up with the topic, children. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.